Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, Cos Reps Corner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
You know, at times when we do something, we do not know that there is a tomorrow. And we do not know that power is transient. Oh, English will not kill me. When I say transient, what do I mean? It does not last forever. The man you are seeing in the picture by the left hand side of this video, his name is Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. We call him Mahmoud Yakub because of how he has treated us. This man is the INEC chairman, the INEC past chairman, because what I'm about to say is why I am here. He's the INEC past chairman. What is INEC? Independent National Electoral Commission. That's people that is involved in conducting elections in Nigeria. That's the chairman you are seeing. As God will have it, is about 10 years tenure has come to an end. Coincidentally, he has handed over to a lady, the woman you're also seeing by the left hand side of this picture. I don't want to mention her name because both of them are birds of the same feather, from what I have gathered based on my findings. The lady walked under him. So what affect the eyes must solely affect the nose. So both of them are kept in the same reign by my own attestation. I have the right to give my own attestation. So I see her as a puppet. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. She and Yakub were colleagues. In fact, she worked under Yakub. And Yakub, as you can see him, Yakubu Mahmoud, who is a professor, did not treat us Nigerian well. Now, he just handed over to this lady, to this woman. Now, the question boils down. Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, what would you be remembered for? Let me tell you, that is the question all of us will be asked no matter what we do. I'm not trying to boast. I'm not trying to blow my trumpet. Let me share a story with us. My own personal life story. For those persons who know me, you know me as Cos Reps Corner, but my full name is Ifeanyi Don Bosco Emmanuel Osifo, and by God's grace, I'm a graduate of biochemistry. I studied biochemistry in Anambra State University, now Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Chukwu University, Uli, and I graduated in 2012. Find this, everything are there. When I got in 2008, it was time to do the election of Cos Reps. What they call Cos Rep, class representative. And before we even did the election, I started going to inform lecturers, beg them that we have come, that they should come and give us lectures before we even did the election in my department. Then the former national president of my department, talking about biochemistry department, who happens to be I think he's a doctor now, Professor Chip is in waiting. His name is Dr. Pioneer Ibeneme. He has a school presently in Anambra. If you check it, you will see. I think it's called Precious and Peculiar group of school or so. He's a doctor now, Dr. Pioneer Ibeneme. You can check. He's in Anambra presently. I am talking with facts. That was the former president of my department, of the union in my department. They call it departmental union. Okay. So when he came for the election, as God will have it, I won the election together with his younger sister of blessed memory, talking about Miss Choma Ibeneme, who by God's grace is resting with God in great beyond, who had an accident and passed on during a year of national youth service some years ago. Sorry for the dog barking, but this video I must do it. Now, as I finished the university in 2012, can you believe that lecturers were telling other students of me while I was out of school? I'm not boasting. I'm not saying I'm trying to blow my trumpet. That was what I did. What I did was still talked about in the department even years after I've left school. What am I trying to say? When you finish a particular course or a particular tenure or a particular assignment, people will ask, what legacy did you leave behind? What did you do during your tenure? Who did you change life? I remember those days in school as a class rep, I took a lot of people's problem on my head. One of the reasons why I didn't even feel I should have gotten the first class that I wanted to go for was because I had a lot of issues with lecturers and students. But what I'm trying to tell you that issues I had in school made me have a lot of problems that I could not even concentrate on my own education. I'm telling you, this is my own life story. I'm telling you. Now he has finished his tenure. Now, what will people know him for? What will people know him as? What would he be remembered for? That is the question that I want you to ask him. Now, let's hear what Randy Peter said about this old brouhaha. Then I believe you know where I'm coming from, and you hear where I'm coming from. Let me allow you listen to Randy Peter of this video, then you know what you're going to tell me about it. Okay? Having said, I want to thank you all for always watching my content. I want to appreciate for the love and the care. For those of us who have not subscribed or followed us on our social media platform, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so that we can move this ministry to the permanent side. Come away next time to see me on your screen, guys. I leave us this video of Randy Peter where he spoke to the outgoing or the chairman of INEC. And I want us to please ask him, Professor Yakubu Mamudu, what would you be remembered for? Please give me a comment, a reaction, advice in the comment section after watching this video.
The former INEC chairman, the outgone chairman of INEC, Professor of Glitches Mahmood Yakubu. Professor Mahmood, congratulations on your successful retirement after 10 years of catastrophic leadership and electoral banditry over Nigerians with your gang of electoral bandits. Mahmood Yakubu, you may retire for all you care and shamelessly hand over to whomever may be your man Friday. But Professor of Glitches, you will not be forgotten. And in the fullness of time, you go tell Nigerians waiting exactly caused the glitch for 2023. The lives of innocent Nigerians who have been impacted by your conduct and actions within the last 10 years, they will ask the questions and you will give the answers. Mahmood Yakubu, thank you for teaching Nigerians to know, say, academic qualification and religious posturing in no mean integrity. But as you go into this your retirement, Professor of Glitches, now good time for you to finally realize, say, power is transient. And no matter how long time you spend for power, if you don't leave power, power will leave you. And one day, you too can be referred to as a former this or that. And Mahmood Yakubu, now good time for you to finally think and introspect and ask yourself the question, was it really worth it? Your conduct within the last 10 years, was it really worth it, Professor Mahmood? Mahmood Yakubu, you wrote INEC position paper telling Nigerians and the world why electronic technology was the only way to go to achieve credible electoral process in this country. In your words, you say it is to reduce human interference as much as possible. Mahmood Yakubu, at the end of 10 years, how far? Were you able to reduce human interference in our elections, or you became the major human interference? Professor of Glitches, were you able to reduce human interference in our electoral process, or you became the grand patron of human interference? May your conscience answer the question. Mahmood Yakubu, 2018, you lead team of INEC staff to go NCC. You set up steering committee with the then ICT head of NCC, Umar Dambata. Una invite telecommunication agencies. They tell Una how they have helped JAM to conduct successful CBT. You say it must also be implemented in INEC. Mahmood Yakubu, 10 years later, how far? What happened with the electronic technology you were championing? And what is the legacy you are leaving in INEC after 10 years? I no blame you, Professor Mahmood. It is not your fault. It is Nigerians as we as a country that permit and allow public office holders to engage in any level of corruption and criminality without consequences and accountability. But this 2027, where they come, God keeping us alive, the vote of the people must count. Nigerians must wake up and realize that until our votes begin to count, our lives will continue to be victims and not citizens. You don't hand over to anybody where you like, the most senior person there. But it is inconsequential. The madam where you hand over to Barrister Mary AGBAMUCHE-MBU, she is one of you in the electoral gang where to pretend the 2023 criminality you called elections. After all, the work of anybody they call acting INEC chairman, waiting it be. It is simple. To be placeholder for the destruction of the commission until a destroyer-in-chief is appointed by the presidency to come and completely destroy and continue from where you stop. 2015, Buhari appointed his own niece, Madam Amina Zakari, who began the complete destruction of the entire Jega legacy. And then he brought you in, who for 10 years have carried out this reign of electoral terror on Nigerians. Nigerians, the message now to all of us, National Assembly don't come back from holiday. They will begin implementation and passing amendment of Electoral Act constitutional review. Now there everybody must mount and place focus. Nigerians, we must raise the issue of free and fair election to the level of an electoral crisis. Not be only to talk, that National Assembly now where all men must mount on Occupy NAS to demand that the vote of the people must count. Because as Mahmoud don't finish in own go without consequences, they don't already they prepare for a replacement who will of course be worse than him. And if you do nothing, what you see is what you get. 2027, it go be Shege subscription renewal program. If the people where they prepare to destroy country, they mobilize, why are the victims of the wickedness not mobilizing? 2027, if President TINUBU and APC like, they should appoint their ancestors as INEC chairman. If 200 million people wake up and say your vote must count, it will begin to count. Don't let anybody deceive you. Between now and January next year, when electoral law will be passed, I not get any other work God giving us life and strength than this issue of INEC and judiciary and election. If judiciary been do wetin they're supposed to do, we no go there where we did. But since judiciary has become a willing tool in the hands of politicians, and to reform them, we must go through National Assembly, then let us mount with National Assembly. Senate President Akpabio is back. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas is back. Let us go and camp with them. Nigeria, while you plug every loophole, there must be mandatory electronic transmission of result. It must reflect in the Electoral Act, INEC guidelines, and even Constitution where necessary. Insist on choosing your leaders. If Nigerians want to vote for a goat, let it be through a majority of the people giving a mandate. Make nobody come through window, come they pretend say you want the sweep house. No, the process of getting into power is more important than the power that you get. Everybody that needs to be called out, I go call out. They know what may we talk am, but we must talk am. These coming elections, Nigerians, let your voices be heard and make your votes count. Other than that, victimhood is waiting for all of us. Congratulations, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. As you pray every day throughout this your retirement to your creator, may you be reminded of what exactly caused the glitch. Have a successful retirement and may the force of the glitches be with you.